quick check on crypto prices as we begin the so-called month of October with strong gains. Traders are betting of a rebound after one of the harshest sell-offs in months. Cryptocurrencies shed roughly $300 billion last week as a wave of leveraged bets unraveled, but things may be looking up this month, with Bitcoin ending in the green in the last 6 Octobers.
Hey, what's going on, Bull Runners? Welcome back to the channel. Ryan Huggins here, aka Win with Ryan. Now, imagine this right now. As you're watching this, U.S. banks are quietly nursing a staggering $395 billion in hidden losses from their bond portfolio. Losses that could force them to scramble for safer havens, shaking the entire financial system if rates don't drop fast enough. But here's the twist that's keeping me up at night. And it might just save the day, because what if crypto, the very asset they've dismissed for years and they're fighting against right now, is unlocking the privacy tools to pull institutions in before it's too late? Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, just confirmed this. XRP's next phase is all about ironclad privacy features that could flood the ledger with big money payments overnight. With Bitcoin just smashing past that $25,000 mark and the clock is ticking on this October rally, one wrong move means missing out on the boat. Stick with me for the next couple minutes. I'm going to break it all down for you, exactly why this will matter for your portfolio. We're going to head over to X to find out all the breaking news that's happening in the crypto world right now. We're going to head over to Forex Factory and find out the red folder news that you need to know about this upcoming week. Brad Garlinghouse has confirmed the next stage for XRP's institutional adoption. And in a crazy twist, DeFiLlama is delisting Aster perpetual volume. Over on Altcoin Pro University, one of our top analysts just put this report together. Morgan Stanley greenlights crypto allocation for $2 trillion in client portfolios. And so much more in today's video. So if you're like most people where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day doing crypto research, well, that is what we do for you here on this channel every single day. So make sure you subscribe right now. And if you are still feeling bullish about this current bull run, let us know by commenting 777 down below.
Do you love crypto, but are you worried about taxes shrinking your retirement nest egg? Here's the deal. Trading and selling crypto can trigger capital gains taxes, eating into your wealth. A crypto IRA fixes that. Per IRS publication 590B, traditional IRA gains like those from crypto aren't taxed until distributed. That's why we've partnered with iTrust Capital, a leading crypto IRA company in the USA, to sponsor today's video. And they offer institutional grade custody for retail clients that want to set up their crypto IRAs for retirement, leveraging top storage solutions like Fidelity, Wells Fargo, and Coinbase Prime to keep your assets secure. To get started, simply click the link in the description of this video, sign up for free, and fund your account with cash. They also offer 401k rollovers or crypto transfers, and you can trade 24/7 with just 1% transaction fees and no maintenance costs. As always, I'm not a CPA or financial advisor, so consult one for tax advice, and we do earn a commission if you sign up using our link below to fund your crypto IRA account, but that helps support value-based videos like this. And iTrust Capital already has over 200,000 crypto IRA accounts and over $14 billion in transactions, proving they're trusted by smart investors just like you. So click the link below, get started now by funding your account today, and let's create generational wealth together.
First things first, we're going to head over to CoinMarketCap. Check out the overall health of the crypto market today. We are currently trading at $4.21 trillion, up almost 1% in the last 24 hours. That's on the back of $196 billion worth of trading volume. We have been on an absolute tear to the upside since the end of September. Yesterday, breaking all the way above 4.26 trillion. When will we be seeing 4.4 trillion? Fear and greed index is at 59, just about to creep into that greed level here. Altcoin season index still sitting at 60. We need to be over 75 for an altcoin season to kick off. Now, the reason that this is not climbing up 60 out of 100, not going up and up, is because of Bitcoin dominance, which is actually going up and up. We're at 58.5% with Bitcoin dominance right now. The crypto ETF inflow tracker last week was absolutely mind-bending. $3.2 trillion worth of inflows into Bitcoin's ETF and $1.29 trillion into Ethereum's ETF. Top 6 cryptos by total market cap. Number 1, Bitcoin coming in at 124,000. Number 2, Ethereum at 4,500. XRP at $2.98. Tether at number 4 at $1. BNB at number 5 at $1,179. And number 6, Solana at $230. Red folder news in the financial markets you need to know about this week. One thing to keep in mind though, due to the government shutdown, the numbers could be tentative. Events are subject to delay, revision, or cancellation. There is nothing for Monday or Tuesday of this week, but Wednesday the 8th, we will get the FOMC meeting minutes. We'll get to find out more about what the Federal Reserve was talking about when they decided to do their rate cut. Then on Thursday, we will be getting the unemployment claims. On Friday, the number to look for is going to be the non-farm employment change. We will keep you up to date. Also, doing a quick check-in here for exchange reserves. There's been a lot of talk about Bitcoin running out. People are not going to be able to buy it off exchanges soon. The OTC desks are starting to dry up as well. As we can see, this is all exchanges put together. Where are we as far as reserves of Bitcoin? And it is true, they are actually depleting significantly. It's currently running at its lowest. It's at $2.4 million left in reserves on exchanges right now. Obviously, price hitting all-time highs, the 125,000, currently sitting at 124,000. But this is insane. There is only 2,459,000 Bitcoin available on the exchanges. We take a look at Ethereum. We have the same scenario here, but only 16.1 million Ethereum left on exchanges right now. As you can see, obviously the price reaching that $4,500 mark, but Ethereum also leaving exchanges at an extremely high rate of speed. Now, when we check in on XRP, there is no way to check all exchanges at once, but Binance being one of the largest exchanges, there's tons of XRP available on the exchange. People are talking about there's an XRP shortage. There is not. 3.5 billion XRP ready to be purchased alone over here on Binance. Now, there is an exchange that is experiencing an extreme shortage with only 5.3 million, and that is Bitstamp, which does do a lot of volume. Bitstamp, as you can see right now, currently in exchange, 4,300,000 left the other day, but currently sitting at exactly 5.3 million. We do also have BitThumb. They're coming in with 2.5 billion coins. So between Binance and BitThumb alone, plenty of coins available for purchase for XRP. Taking a look at XRP's volume, as we can see, it's been tapering off to the downside, maintaining at this level here. Once we see a spike in volume start to come in, like we saw back here in July when it made that massive run to the upside, that's when we'll have something to talk about. But right now, everything is just chilling. Now, when we take a look at open interest, that last thing we were looking at was volume here. Open interest is definitely starting to get a lot more exciting to take a look at here. It is starting to climb, as we can see right now, currently sitting at $8.8 billion for open interest. One of the largest TradFi sources out there, which is Bloomberg, comes out with a video talking about it is so-called month of October, which we all know that in crypto to be real. It is here, and we're already starting to feel that. Uphold posting their new post here about their card. Says some cards give you points, some cards give you air miles. This one gives you more XRP than anyone else. Now, as we can see, the United States federal debt is at its highest peak of all time right now. But the question is, and just like that, WTF happened in 1971. So let me know down in the comment section, do you know what happened in 1971? If you answered that President Nixon's shock ended the dollar's convertibility to gold under the Bretton Woods system, shifting to fiat currency and freeing the government from gold reserve constraints on spending, you are correct. Yes, that is correct. What happened in 1971 is that they did lift it from the gold standard to the fiat dollar. As you know, the fiat dollar continues to lose value ever since that day, actually. Lost tons of value as we continue to inflate the United States dollar, unfortunately. But crypto is here to save this, so we'll see what happens and how this plays out in the future. Breaking, U.S. banks are now sitting on $395 billion in unrealized losses as of Q2. Now, as you heard in the intro, I talked about this. They are trying to stop the stable coin scenario from coming out. Banks are already losing money Now imagine when everyone is running off of stable coins and no one even needs to hold their money in a bank where they can charge you these fees for wiring money to and from here and there. They're going to be in even more trouble. So they really do not want this stablecoin legislation to pass. And the reason it matters for us in crypto is banks are cornered right now. Higher rates mean that they're paying more on deposits than they earn on assets. They're squeezing profits and raising failure risk. Remember the SVB, Silicon Valley Bank? Does that ring a bell? What happened to Silicon Valley Bank? That doesn't even exist anymore now, does it, ladies and gentlemen? So this pushes them towards alternatives like crypto reserves or tokenized assets, which is what we're looking for. And XRP's privacy play is trying that right back in. So for us, it's bullish for Bitcoin as a hedge. Bitcoin's now reaching all-time highs above 125,000, which now Bitcoin to people, that's screaming safe haven for people rather than what it used to be safe haven, which is gold, which did also hit new all-time highs. But a lot of people are liking that digital gold now instead. And if the feds do cut rates, well, then the losses for banks will soften and they'll get less, but volatility spikes short term. So as you all know, Ripple has applied to be a bank and Ripple has its own stable coin right now. But did you know that Ripple is going for ultimate security and they want to help provide and basically bail out the banks with this option? So recently, this gentleman over on X was at a meetup and Brad Garlinghouse was there and he asked him the question. That question being, what's next for Ripple and XRP? And Garlinghouse's answer highlights what many in the XRP Ledger community already see as the final gap in the ecosystem. So the network has introduced decentralized identifiers or DIDs, on-chain credentials, and permission domains to bring compliance into the picture. And as of just recently, it now supports multi-purpose tokens or MPTs for efficient tokenization, along with native decentralized exchange that combines automated market maker liquidity with an order book. As we see in this post referencing it again, he says, I asked Brad, hey, what's the path to a more institutional adoption on XRP Ledger so that institutions are comfortable with sharing transaction hashes with us? He said privacy. And that privacy layer includes lending and borrowing functions under proposal XLS 66, where institutions could tokenize real world assets as collateral, while zero knowledge proofs, ZKPs, keep balance and transfers confidential. And privacy here is not about secrecy from regulators, but allowing institutions to protect their own sensitive data from competitors, their intellectual property, while still providing compliance on chain. So trillions of dollars for private XRP. And Ripple's senior director of engineering, Ayo Ankeli, recently pointed out that trillions in institutional assets are likely to move on chain in the coming decade. And privacy will be that central to making that happen. So in theory, institutions can then come in on chain, get issued on-chain credentials like KYC and AML, participate on the DEX with other users with the same status, put real-world assets as collateral in the lending, and then protocol on XRPL, other institutions borrow against the collateral, fully private with encrypted balances and transfers. And remember, we just talked about this with Jazzy Cooper, product development management over at Ripple.
We're introducing a new lending protocol to the XRP Ledger. It will allow for credit origination on chain. And the way that it works is basically users can deposit capital into a single asset vault and receive a share token, just like, one side of the automated market maker. And then essentially you can have what's called a loan broker that will create a new loan for a particular borrower. And that will remove liquidity from the single asset vault and create a fixed term interest bearing loan.
So very exciting times ahead for XRP, but some very scary times ahead for the average everyday person living in this economy. The illusion of prosperity is breaking. This is why people need to be in crypto. I tell my friends, I tell my family, I tell everyone I can, you need some crypto because the dollar continues to devalue. Well, stocks are up 40%. So if your family has a 401k or something like that, that's great. Gold is at $4,000. Bitcoin is at $125,000, but the dollar is down 10%. And this isn't growth. It's what they call a flight from fiat. People are trying to get out of the dollar as fast as possible. The Fed is cutting rates into inflation, printing credibility while calling it policy. When gold, Bitcoin, equities, and real estate all rise together, it's not a bull market, it's a monetary panic in slow motion. Asset prices are screaming what officials won't say. The denominator is dying, the denominator being the dollar. The bottom 50% now holds 2.5% of the United States wealth. AI is building empires for few while the currency dissolves beneath the many. Data centers go up, purchasing power goes down. This is not a boom. It's the end game of a system priced in paper and powered by illusion. What a great post by Shanaka Anslam Pereira. And that goes back to what we were talking about here. Once we went off the gold standard, this all started to go awry. So what are the big players in the market doing? How about $2 trillion Morgan Stanley has officially given the green light for 16,000 financial advisors to start pitching Bitcoin to clients. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever wanted to break into being part of Wall Street, you might be able to get a job. You're probably a genius on crypto at this point by watching all of these videos, buying and selling crypto along the way, learning the way this works. You're probably good enough. You probably have the most excitement than anyone else. You can go work at Morgan Stanley right now and sell the crap out of Bitcoin to their clients. So let's go over to Altcoin Pro and take a look at our top analyst, Curious Jay, what he has to say about this. Morgan Stanley was quoted saying, "We aim to support our financial advisors and clients who may flexibly allocate the cryptocurrency as part of their multi-asset portfolio. This effectively greenlights up to a 4% crypto allocation across portfolios managed by 16,000 financial advisors, collectively overseeing more than $2 trillion in client savings and wealth." So let me say that again for you, for those of you in the back that might not have heard. There is $2 trillion worth of clients of the 16,000 financial advisors can go out and attack for liquidity. So these people are already working with Morgan Stanley. These 16,000 financial advisors are going to call their book of business. Hey, you've been doing business with us for years. You own these stocks. Let me tell you why you need to own some Bitcoin. And in fact, you can own up to 4% of Bitcoin or Ethereum or cryptos as they come out, whichever they start to release. Now, right now, it's saying that they're going to be releasing Bitcoin, but obviously that's going to grow. As these advisors rebalance these portfolios to maintain target allocations, this guidance could gradually channel inflows into crypto markets, supporting liquidity and price stability over time. So Curious Jay goes on to give his thoughts here. It says, while this isn't an immediate flood of capital, it signals a major step towards structural integration of crypto within traditional finance. If implemented steadily, this policy could help extend the current market cycle, keeping momentum alive longer than typical historical patterns. Because if we take a look at $2 trillion of potential inflows into crypto, as we talked about, that is half of the current market value of total market cap for crypto. Just what if you were at 6.22 trillion? Can you imagine how much more these coins are going to go up in price? A little bit of bad news going out there for those of you guys that are really excited about Aster, as a lot of us are on the channel and inside of Altcoin Pro University. Well, right now, DeFiLlama has decided to actually remove Aster from their volume. And the reason being is trading volume on Aster, which is linked to CZ, which is the co-founder of Binance Crypto Exchange, is now mirroring Binance perp volumes almost exactly. The correlation ratio between Binance and Aster trading volume is about 1, which is way too minimal, if you know what I'm saying. Aster doesn't make it possible to get lower level data, such as who is making or filling orders. So until we can get the data to verify that it's not wash trading, Aster perpetual volumes will be delisted. Aster recently busted onto the scene, emerging as a competitor to Hyperliquid, a decentralized perp crypto exchange, in September, and has captured the narrative attention from the crypto community due to CZ's ties with the platform and popularity of Hyperliquid. Open interest on Aster surged by over 33,000% in less than 7 days during the week of September 24th, signaling significant demand for perpetual future DEX and putting its trading activity on par with Hyperliquid. Aster's price can still grow by 480% putting its price around $10, market analyst Marcel predicted in September. Aster already flipped hype in daily volume and in daily revenue. So an interesting battle going on between the perp dexes right now as far as popularity goes. Obviously, everyone out there knows about Hyperliquid, but because of the fact that CZ is building this company, Aster, it brings a lot of attention to it, a lot of credibility, and the potential of it taking out Hyperliquid in whole.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers.